It's raining. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Here is my Nelson kitty. Hello. Hello. And here's my Della D. Della D. And I wish I could capture the, I wish I could capture the images. Oh, there's a beautiful capture of a tree. It's getting its fall colors finally. Do you see it? It's green. Anyhow, I watched a video by this young man named David, and I'm so enjoying his sharings. And one of his vids today that I watched was about, I think he called it something condensation, and so I just want to share my thoughts on HereNow. HereNow, to me, is becoming, I guess it always was, we're not seeing it that way or experiencing it that way, but HereNow is one place, one time. So we're always our essence. Some people call it spirit, I guess. But my essence is always, not just Mandela effect, every avatar and perceived timeline. That's just a linear way of understanding it, because, like I've said, I believe that I'm on I'm in one theater with what looks like different stages, but they're all superimposed on each other. But each of my acting selves thinks it's on its own stage with the different props and scenes and scenery. I've already talked about that. So how do I apply that to my real life? I've shared this, but probably not in the past year or so. So for my new people, or just to review, is when I was elementary school kid age, I was a little skinny mini thing, well, tall but skinny, and every night there's no need to talk about why, but I would always be waiting for the footsteps to come down the basement stairs, and then blah blah blah. So it was, you know, scary, just always waiting. But during that time, while I was waiting, I could touch like inches, many inches away from my body. I don't know if I can capture it. My flash doesn't work when I'm talking to you all like this. I don't know why. But, and I could touch this thing that encompassed me, and it was squishy. And even around my belly, I could squeeze it. And, I don't know, it was a comforting thing to have with me while I was waiting for the footsteps, so that part could be over with. But I was wondering why, if it's all in my imagination, because it's just thin air, but why could I not squeeze my fingers together when I was squishing that thing that was all over me? But then as a fat adult, I was doing that, squeezing the tummy. You know how you can, I don't know if you can see it, but you can squeeze the tummy. And that squishy thing is my own body, my own grown-up fat body. When I started gaining weight with one of these medicines, no, it was a combination of two medicines, I welcomed the weight because it's a perceived safety of, you know, just covering my body. But it's just perceived, but whatever, it worked for those years, for my mind. But that's, as an adult, I realized, oh my gosh, as a kid, my adult self was also with her. And you know how people talk about the different layers of earth, and there's an inner earth. Well, my inner earth, just for this example, is my inner child, which lived a whole childhood, but she's still with me. And so, likewise, flipwise, after my divorce and I got a bit settled, I was in my 30s. Oh gosh, this matrixy design is so distracting sometimes, with whatever this rainbow wave geometric thing I'm seeing patterns. But anyhow, so, you know, in my 30s, I, in my home, my own post, nothing to do with previous marriage home, my kids were at school, and I walked by this young woman on a stool, like a kitchen stool. I did not own one, but I walked by her, then I slow motioned walked past her again, and it was me. It was me as a newly married, so young, 21-year-old, maybe 22, but anyhow, and I smiled at her, and she was so fresh, so green, so naive, so broken. And I said, see, I told you we were going to get us out. We're safe now. And wow, that just hit me hard. So I remember having an inner birdie. I was not raised Christian, and at that 21, 22-year-old, I did not experience any spiritual stuff. So I was an atheist, like how I was brought up. You live, you die, you decay. So I didn't know who that little birdie voice was. It's me. We're always our oneself, always. Always, always ourself. So the more that we can gather, collect, process, welcome the pieces, parts of ourselves, the more that we become whole, W-H-O-L-E. And I'm wondering if once we become W-H-O-L-E, do we then become a whole, H-O-L-E, for those, for you all who observe, you know, does it, I don't know how it works, but all I know is that the more I'm gathering myselves with all these horizontal reincarnation, jumping into a different avatar costume that looks similar to me, a la Mandela effect. You know, I'm one actor, and I've been playing these different parts. I've been playing the child, Jen, baby Jen, Jenny with an... I've been playing all sorts. Admittedly, Margarita Jen has popped up again. Enjoyed her, thank you. And she's tucked back in, integrated. But, you know, each part can pop up within your one lava lamp self. And I believe part of ascension is what people call it. Maybe just returning all your pieces parts to a one. And sometimes, you know, different parts will be the top dog. And hopefully, you know, all our different selves can work harmonious. Man, this geometric design is going bonkers right now. Anyhow, maybe our different selves can unite and work, dance, live, be harmonious. Yeah, certain parts have to step up and handle a situation, I guess, every once in a while. And maybe that serves it. But we do not have to separate our pieces parts. Okay, I guess you're getting that part. And I believe that not only are we, those of us who have a front row seat to the Mandela effect, we are, our essence, our own self, is jumping from one type of body. There are definitely differences with each body, but we semi-look alike. That's horizontal reincarnation. And my lion, lamb, fisted Marilyn Monroe mole, where Marilyn Monroe piercing self, that one is still with me as I'm living in all these different realities, you know. Yeah, I'm doing it with my left hand, but it's so hard to explain, but I have always been all these different selves and all these different realities. It feels like we're jumping from world to world, but really, I have always been all of the me's, you know, the same age as now me's, at the same time. Just like I have always had been my fat grown-up self at the same time I was the skinny elementary school kid self. The geometric things, it does get me more nauseous, but it's increasing. So do I get closer to within this whatever sacred geometry, matrix, rainbow energy, quantum shifting, whatever it is? But I feel like it gets stronger when I get closer. So I'll keep going. And then, okay, mind you, I grew up, you live, you die, you decay. So I get it that this is all out there. But at age 31, I started experiencing my first woo-woo stuff, started seeing my first dead people, and being prompted to put my hand on someone and they could walk normally again. Messages, telepathy, Whoopi Goldberg style hugs, you know, by people I don't know, but I can only do that if I trust all that occurred beforehand. But I think it's all connected. I think the dead people are also, when they're dead, they're also still here now. Otherwise, why would I be able to see them and communicate with them? And so I believe that reincarnating vertically from era to era, 1800s, 1400s, caveman days, all that goes with my vision while I was awake, vision of a message about humanity. And part of that vision included that we're everyone, all the way from every person here on Earth, but also all the way down to the caveman, all the way up to aliens, which, by the way, we're starting to have some of the features of entered some of the avatar human costumes of the features that were not of my previous human self costume. I know I sound crazy, but were of my alien people. Yeah, people from my visions. Anyhow, we are This is so important. There's one here now. We are always every who and what, and we are always everywhere when. The matter around us, I believe, is dependent on what's in our hearts. And look at that. I hate that I go towards the center, but I understand that's where the heart is now. So there are many people who got a tattoo over their left heart for their loved ones, and it's no longer over their heart. Anyhow, we are always are oneself, even though perceived separate and fractalized. And yeah, it goes on. I am you and you are me, and that's just like even more way out there. But I do at times see people's inner child or their elder selves, and I really listen to their elder selves because there's a lot more seemingly wisdom that comes out of there, but their inner child visuals helps me understand whom I'm talking to while our conversation's going on. So, and I get the in-between variances as well, and maybe that's why we're having all these different costume changes. I don't know. It's already 16 minutes. I love you all. I love you. We're always here now. We're always here now. I don't know how else to explain it. It's complex, but that's my understanding so far. Thanks.